this episode of Scrapyard Choppers. As you see by the title, we're going to get this car running. I'm Ronnie Danger. Not going to get it done today, but I do want to hear it run. And we're going to start with the obvious. There's no transmission bolts left in it for some reason. I'm hoping they just loosened up over time and I missed it. I did do some nut and bolt checks on this car a few times. I just didn't check the transmission. And that's my fault. So I'm going to add that to the list from here on out. We're going to be checking the transmission all the time. I know there's torque converter bolts missing too. So I'm thinking everything's just out of alignment. It's pulling the flex plate out of alignment. It's not letting it start. I just want to hear this thing start before we put a bunch of time and effort into getting the motor mounted back in place. Because if you haven't seen the previous videos, the motor mount on the passenger side is broken. So let's get to it. These bolts are not long enough, so let me go find some longer ones. So I got 1, 2, 3 bolts missing out of the top of the trans. The bottom 2 are in it. I don't know why this one not really lining up the best. Oh yeah, I guess there it goes. Let me go find some longer ones. So back in a minute. Alright, 3 longer ones. Don't mind the vacuuming sounds and air conditioning sound in the background. I'm on the driveway working today. Okay, tight. Oh, shit. Alright, the bottom ones I'm going to check we get up in there. Next thing I'm going to do is get the car up in the air, and we're going to do torque converter bolts and then see if it turns over. If it turns over, it's going to start. If it starts, it runs. Everything should work. I really hope so. My transmission builder, Modified Transmissions and More, really good trainee guy. Super busy. Doesn't have time to be monkeying around with race car stuff in the middle of July. I know he'd help me if I needed it, but I'd rather not have to use him if I don't have to. So let's get it up in there. Alright, this is kind of a motivate. I'm dreading a little bit because I'm afraid I'm going to find more damage. But the important things about working in a dirt driveway, how good's your cardboard? This is the good thick stuff. You know, that IKEA crap. Oh my gosh. It's chewed into the oil pan. Well, this transmission line is leaking too. Nice. Well, both leaking. See, that's loose. This one over here is missing. If this flex plate's any good, I'm gonna be kind of amazed. Oh, it just like milled itself out. Just crap getting loose over time, and my fault. Get a good look at this motor mount though. Then and now being attached. It's a little hard to show what's going on, so I'm just gonna put bolts in this, try to turn the motor over. As long as the motor turns over and I get bolts in it, I think it'll be alright. This starter could just be junk from this thing moving back and forth. And if I bolt it in, it might straighten itself back out. We'll see. It's probably blown the frickin' seal out of the front of the trans. I don't know, it's not really leaking up here. It's leaking from these lines though, so I'll tighten them up too while we're down here. Of course it's leaking back here because, well, the trans mount isn't hooked up and the drive shaft is pulled back for some reason. That's not good. Well, let's put torque converter bolts in it and see if it'll start. Please start. Please start. Okay, torque converter bolts tight, transmission tight, half that battery. That's not good. Oh, it turns over. Let me get my girlfriend, or my fiance. Hey, can you even see me? Look how dirty that is. Let me grab my fiance and I might have her turn it over while I lay underneath there and watch what happens. Yep. Alright, wait till I'm underneath there. Alright, hit it. Oh, look at the starter's loose. Oh, I got. So that really it's moving with the flex plate. Hit it again. Hit it again.
Doesn't sound good.
What is going on? Hit it. Hit it. Hello. Hit it again. Hit it again.
So want me to do it light like that?
Just hit it again. Alright, hang on. Okay, we're gonna watch this gap right here. Hit it again. Hit it. Hit it. Alright, hang on. I honestly think the starter's junk. Alright, shut the big red switch off. So, okay, I guess I'll pull the starter and try another one. Look at it, it's easy. These two bolts and then this. I'm thinking with the whammy that this took here, the starter took a whammy. And there's something wrong inside it because I don't think this is bent. It didn't look like it when we were watching it earlier. And this seems to be getting worse. So, we'll start here. Easy enough.
Good to go?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I've been carrying this starter around for a while. It came off of a 6.0. They ran great and it looked like a pretty fresh starter. So I grabbed it. It is used though. And it has been in my toolbox for a long time. Huh. That's the wrong size. Alright, you aren't seeing nothing, so I'm just going to bring it back when I get this out. Alright, new starter is on. I couldn't see any physical damage with the old one, so let's see what happens. Now we know if it does the same thing, gotta change the flex plate. Well, it seems to be working. Yeah, that flex plate has to go. Let's see if we can get it to start though. It runs. That flex plate is not the best. But honestly, the car starts right up anyways. It might be fine for a little while. But the motor has to come out. More than likely. So, I'm gonna go see if I can get an engine cradle for this thing. And hopefully that fixes the issue. And if it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to get a mid plate. So, we'll see what happens. So I power washed off the starter. And well, it's broken. It's broken there, it's broken there. Yeah, glad I changed it. I also went up to Bay City to see a friend to get a lower cradle for it. A cradle, if you don't know, if you're not in the derby world, it basically makes one motor mount connect to the other one, and then it bolts to the front of the motor. So that way it just makes everything more secure and from impact. Unfortunately, he had the wrong one. But what he did have is this. This is a mid plate. It goes between the motor and the transmission. So I'm gonna have to cut it off on the bottom there. I have to cut it off on the bottom right there. And yeah. We're gonna have to pull the motor and trans. We're gonna have to change that flex plate. I mean, it works pretty good right now, but not as good as, it's not good enough. It doesn't work like it should. So the flex plate's gotta be changed. We're gonna put this mid plate in. We're gonna build brackets to bolt this in. So that's gonna bolt in between the motor and the transmission to the car. So the motor and transmission can never go anywhere again, hopefully. Also gonna fix the motor mount on the passenger side. We're gonna do something with that just so I can put a regular motor mount back on it if I ever decide to pull that motor out and put it in something else. Even though the Drivetrain sounds like rain on a tin roof when you first started, you know, it's a clattering. But I mean, 4 years old, what do you expect? A lot of RPMs on a stock Drivetrain. Hopefully it keeps going. But that's gonna do it for this episode of Scrapyard Choppers. This is a nice short little episode showing you what's going on, progress on the race car. This weekend I'm gonna pull the motor and trans out, so we'll go from there. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to get back together. I will be racing in Fowlerville. We'll get it done. I'd like to have it done before Fowlerville so we can make sure nothing else is broken that's a surprise. So yep, this weekend I'll get right back on it. So I'll see you. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. Oh, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for coming to watch. If you want to help out, drop a super like down below. This is really expensive, and if you want to sponsor this YouTube channel, shoot me an email. Plenty of opportunities to hang banners up around here to promote your product, to show what you got, and just help me out a little bit getting these race cars going. Truck's like over there that's all covered up, you can't see right now, but getting my trucks going. And I mean, I have awesome sponsors now, Michael's Auto Salvage and a couple other people, and I'm really appreciative of them, but I could always use more help. And see you next time.